It's Thursday, baby. You already know what that means. Ask Nyomi. Bridging the gap. Dog Pound Mike got the vibe warmed up. BTG crew. Every Thursday, we show up for you. Just sit in it for a second. Every Thursday like clockwork, you know we pulling up. BTG crew in the building, yeah, we filling up your cup. This ain't just a live show, baby, this is sacred ground. Nyomi Banks in the room, go ahead and settle down. You showed up tonight cause something in you said go. Maybe it was a feeling, maybe something you needed to know. Dog Pound Mike keeping energy electric and alive. We don't just pass the time here, baby, we help you thrive. So who you waiting on? You already right where you belong. Every Thursday ask Nyomi, got the answers you've been holding. BTG is where the real conversations keep on rolling. Who you waiting on? The vibe is already gone to another level. Nyomi Banks on the rise. BTG crew, no surprise. We bridging the gap with love and eyes. Who you waiting on? Come on and sing along. Dog Pound Mike, hold it down. As Nyomi run this town. Every Thursday could really show around. Thursday night is different, it hit different than the rest. BTG don't do average, baby, we only give our best. Nyomi don't do surface, she go deep into the soul. Every week a new episode, the healing makes you whole. Mike set the atmosphere before she even speak. Pull up every Thursday, ain't no skipping out this week. Community of real ones who decided they enough. Ask Nyomi said it first, self-love ain't never rough. Thursday after Thursday, we keep showing up for you. Nyomi sees you, BTG holds you. Dog Pound Mike vibes with you. Week after week, this your space, baby, don't go nowhere. We almost live you exactly where you need to be right now. Lights up, my check. Nyomi stepping in the room. Thursday night is here and Dog Pound setting up the boom. Ask the questions, get the answers. Drop the weight you carry. Self-love ain't a destination, it's the whole itinerary. Banks on the mic at the 1 and 2 on live. Every single Thursday night, we coming in non-stop. We bridging the gap from your heart straight to your healing. Ask Nyomi, alive and in living color. You feeling? Who you waiting on? The vibe is already gone to another level. Nyomi Banks on the rise. BTG crew, no surprise. We bridging the gap with love and eyes. Who you waiting on? Come on and sing along. Dog Pound Mike, hold it down. Ask Nyomi, run this town. Every Thursday, the real show around. Ask Nyomi, bridging the gap. Every Thursday, baby. Nyomi Banks in the building. Dog Pound Mike. BTG crew worldwide. Thursday night is our night. We are live. Yeah. You already know what it is. Ask Nyomi. Bridging the gap. We about to get into something real good tonight. Sit tight, baby. We almost live. Pull up to the space where the real ones congregate. Got your mind, your heart, your soul. Baby, we about to elevate. Ask Nyomi on the mic, she don't sugarcoat the truth. BTG crew in the building, yeah, we bringing back the proof. That love is a practice, not a promise that you fake. We healing while we vibing, every move we make. Dog Pound Mike, holding it down on the 1 and 2. Stay tuned, stay locked in, baby, this one's for you. We bridging the gap, gap, gap. Come on and meet me where you at. Nyomi Banks in the house tonight. BTG crew got the vibe just right. We bridging the gap, gap, gap. No more falling through the cracks. Love yourself first, then love what's real. Ask Nyomi, you know how we feel. Yeah. Dog pound, Mike, keep it smooth like silk. Nyomi pouring wisdom, baby, sweeter than milk. We don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk with grace. BTG is more than a show, it's a whole sacred space. That's the questions you've been scared to ask out loud. We bringing answers to the one and to the crowd. Self-love ain't selfish, let me say it one more time. Nyomi Banks on the throne, bridging gap by design. Why you waiting? We appreciate you. Every soul that's in this room. You didn't come by accident. The universe sent you. So breathe easy, feel the vibe. Nyomi's almost alive. Come on, meet me where you at. Nyomi Banks in the house tonight. BTG crew got the vibe just right. We bridging the gap, gap, gap. No more falling through the cracks. Love yourself first and love what's real. Ask Nyomi, you know how we feel. We bridging the gap, 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 gap. We bridging the gap, 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 gap. We bridging the gap. Nyomi Banks, ask Nyomi. Bridging the gap, baby. Dog pound, Mike in the building. BTG crew worldwide. We almost live. Stay right there. This is your space. Welcome home.
This is Lisa James.
We want you to take down our power businessman the same way I took you down.
Let's start with some makeup.
This motherfucker is stupid, so
I'm in conflict.
So are you in?
Do I have a fucking choice?
I'm fine. Hey, it was nice meeting you tonight.
Yeah, good to meet you. You should have my card. You have a good offer for me.
All right, thank you. Where's mine?
Shopping.
Lisa, we didn't get you out of jail to spend the state's money on your own personal shopping spree.
New working relationship.
Working relationships.
Or 2 Lisa's Back premieres on Tubi August 15th. Set the date.
You know, I spent months building the Elevate Me app because I know what it's like to feel lost, to not know yourself, to be searching for something and you can't name it. Because I've been there. My daughters have been there. So many people in our community have been there. So I created a space. I created a space where you can discover who you actually are. There's 4 phases. Guided meditations that I recorded for you, workbooks on healing, self-love, and daily coaching that meets you where you are. It launched 2 days ago, and I want you to experience it. I really want you to experience it. So right now, 7 days free, no credit card, no commitment. Try it. I want you to try it. I want you to feel it. I want you to see if it shifts something for you. To studio.com/Nyomi. Start your free trial today. Your elevation is waiting. Hey, so real quick, I want to talk about something that ties into everything that we just discussed about knowing yourself. When you're getting to know who you are, a part of that is understanding your body, what feels good to you, what you like, what turns you on. And that's not something to be ashamed of. That's self-love. That is self-love. That's why I want to introduce you to WeVibe. WeVibe. They make premium products for couples and for people exploring themselves alone that help you to get to know your body better. Whether you are solo or exploring what you like in a relationship and wanting to deepen intimacy or starting something new with someone, self-pleasure is self-discovery. It's a part of knowing yourself. It's a part of knowing yourself. So I want you to check them out and revive, and you will see the link in our notes. I want you to know yourself, celebrate yourself, and everything else flows from there. Everything else flows from there. Check out Revive. You know what I've learned? When you're anxious, when you're trying to figure yourself out, sometimes it's connected to how you feel physically. How you feel physically. I'm personally using Goalie to support my gut health and my energy. I'm telling you, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. You see, your gut, it affects your mood. Your nutrition, it affects your mental clarity, and your energy, it affects your confidence. And it's all connected. It's all connected. You see, Goalie products, they have a gut health, a self-support, energy, immune support, everything designed to help you feel good in your body. And when you feel good physically, you think clearer. You're less anxious and you show up differently. You show up differently. All you have to do is go to Goalie.com and use the code word Ask Nyomi. He's doing a good. So I want you to take care of your whole self, body, mind, and spirit. Go to Goalie, put in Ask Nyomi. Whether you get to know who you are, part of that is expressing yourself. And that is where Hello Ice comes in. Bold statement jewelry pieces that make you feel like the main character that you are. The main character in your own story. Whether you're buying for someone special or treating yourself. They're having a summer sale. The specials that are happening right now. One of the specials is buy one, get one free with the code FREE. And another one is buy two, get two free with the code B2G2. That's like BTG crew, right? Well, just check them out at helloice.com. There will be a link down below. There will be actually, what's the name up here, how we do it. But this is what you have to do. Go to helloice.com because you have to express who you are. What makes you feel like yourself, because you are the main character in your own life.
And that's the disappointment when you fuck a guy for over an hour and he just go.
Did anybody recognize you from film in the industry? They did? Okay. Well, I just came in. You gotta do what you gotta do.
You are such an advocate. One thing is what I love is I love seeing a lot of the beautiful women that's in the industry as sex advocates.
And I would set up crystals on their body based off of their chakra. And the crystals, what they do is if they sit long enough, they begin to like permeate through the body. They begin to expand through the body and they create a grid.
I shot with John Q too. John Q, I'm the first big girl, but he did his nice,
Yeah.
But
I would, and I have given my last dime to people. I've given when I should have just watched. And it's not always about giving financially. It's giving your space and your time and your energy.
So that's kind of like a 50-50 answer, what I got. That wasn't really a yes or no answer.
I think I actually would, and this is of course the therapist in me, I would be asking them, like, tell me how this is celibacy for you.
So what's first there, Anna?
I shoot them just like I would be shooting a regular female. So you don't put the emphasis on that, so it makes it more consistent with the title of being transgender.
I have a
woman.
real good friend. She lives here in Atlanta. I met her on a porn set. She wrote a book called From Porn to the Pulpit. Now, I won't say she was like this super... Yeah, she's my best friend. She's my best friend. Her name is Danielle Williams McCord. She wrote an amazing book called From Porn to the Pulpit. She's been preaching for 10 years now, but I met her on a porn set.
In any business that you find yourself in. Because definitely for me, like, creating a product to push to the consumer, and for me, everything was consumer driven. If they didn't want it, I'm not gonna make it, because I knew it
felt like if we kept our head a little below the sagebrush, that we would just be able to keep on going without any interference or anything like that. But that's
like, dude, I'm sitting in like the dressing room, like just with all the 20-year-olds and 22-year-olds, 25-year-olds. I'm like, how old are you? Oh, I'm 25. I'm like, how old are you? I'm 23. And I'm like, dude, I'm 30.
Before I leave the house, I feel like the last look. This is how I feel, this is what I'm thinking, now when I get out and interact with other people, it's gonna be what it is.
Right, okay.
Welcome to a podcast like no other. Get ready for insightful conversations, diverse perspectives, and a touch of inspiration. This is Ask Nyomi, Bridging the Gap podcast. Join your host, the dynamic Nyomi Banks, as she delves into the heart of various topics with a refreshing blend of curiosity and wisdom. Each week, tune in as Nyomi is joined by special guests who bring their unique stories and expertise to the table. It's a journey of discovery, learning, and growth. And let's not forget about the one and only dog pound Mike, adding his flavor and flair to the mix. Together, they make a dynamic duo you won't want to miss. From thought-provoking discussions to moments of laughter and joy, Ask Nyomi. Bridging the Gap podcast offers a space where great topics meet amazing guests. So, mark your calendars, set your reminders, and prepare to be entertained and enlightened. Join Nyomi Banks and Dog Pound Mike weekly for an unforgettable podcast experience. Get ready to bridge the gap, expand your horizons, and immerse yourself in the world of Ask Nyomi. Subscribe now and stay tuned for a podcast journey like no other.
Hey, my sexy people. Well, welcome back to Ask Nyomi, Bridging the Gap podcast. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationship, cultural differences, and so much more while bridging the gap between them all and teaching the world on sex, love, language, attitude, and spiritual uplifting. I'm your girl, D Goddess, Nyomi Banks. I'm here with Dog Pound Mike. What's going on?
What's happening? What's happening?
All right. I say hey to all of my BTG crew. I see you all. I see you all here. First, I want to shout out to our sponsors, Goalie, Revive, Hello Eyes, and Elevate Me. Elevate Me. Thank you so much. And again, you can all get those links in our show notes. All right. Well, today I want to talk about something that came to me at my altar, but it's also something that I saw on social media that actually changed the way that I was thinking about my whole 30 hard journey. So I am officially in my 15 days in. And I need to share what happened and why the choice that I made, all right? Because this choice is what real discipline actually looks like. All right. So, Dr. Baba, you ready for this one?
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
All right. So let's I want to start how it all began with my hard 30. My hard 30, I started this off back in I guess a few weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago when I came back from LA, and I was doing my workout. And I was on a treadmill and I saw this sign that said, don't be afraid to work hard enough to see how good you can really be. And so in that process, I was like, okay, hold on. I said, hold on, let me, this hitting differently today. It's hitting differently today because I really want to know if I really work hard enough, how
how good and how amazing that can be. Not that I'm not already amazing, but really, really do the things, because I had to be honest. Some things I kind of shortcut a lot of things, or just some stuff. And I said, well, if I work out hard, if I eat right, if I do the work that I really want to see how really amazing that I can be in these next 30 days, right? Right. So I said, okay, well, let me do my own hard 30, right? Hard 30. But in the process of that, something showed up for me. And so what I want to do is I want to break it down on some things that showed up for me that I had to kind of reframe on what my 30 hard looks like. So I know I've shared with you here on Ask Naomi, as well as the Season of Self Love, about my history with perfectionism, and I've been battling my entire life with that perfectionism, and for you, and so my thing is ask, what do that cost for my perfectionism? What do it look like? Is it the shame, the rigid schedule, the punishment? What does that perfectionist look like to me? Does that make sense? So, as I've spent the years recovering from that, I was like, okay, there's something that has to change. And through my self-discovery, through my self-love, it started to change, because now I was saying I am a recovering perfectionist, right? Because my perfectionist is everywhere. We disguise it as discipline. That's what I learned with this 30 hard, on how that it actually caused me to actually go back to my old paradigm of wanting to be perfect in the way that I did the 30 hard, right? So I started the 30 hard to build what I call real discipline, not just perfectionism, but real discipline. And so there are 4 pillars to my 30 hard. It was 30 minutes at the altar, prayer, meditation, and journaling. And then I do a 30-minute walking, right? Whether it was on a treadmill or in a park. I do 30-minute workout every day, and then 30 minutes of reading or listening to something that will uplift or brighten my mind, that, and eating healthy. So the first few weeks were amazing. And then I started to realize that perfectionism, it started to creep in. I felt it, like I was like, okay, because I found myself trying to do each day the same way. Like it had to be, if it wasn't this way, then I was doing something wrong, right? So then, as I'm starting to do that, and it started to make progress, I said, hold on, wait a minute, I'm falling back. I'm falling back. So it was like every 30 minutes of each thing that I did every day, no exceptions. That's what I was doing. And I can feel it. And it was like, oh my God, this old pattern is coming back to me again. And then it starts to begin to where you punishing yourself. But then you say, okay, no, I'm teaching myself discipline. But are we really teaching ourselves discipline? And this is for me, and I truly had to ask this of myself when I was at the altar. Like, hold on. Everything that you've learned within the past few years about yourself, about healing, through this process and changing your paradigm, doing this 30 hard, it has to be different. It can't be the same momentum in the same way that you've been doing it before. So let me tell you, this past week, y'all know, last weekend I was in Detroit for the Bulletproof Soul premiere. I got to meet a lot of amazing people. I saw some old friends, old colleagues, all this that I saw out there. But as I was traveling, it was more like a 24, 48 hour turnaround is what it was supposed to be. So I kind of flew out on a red eye. Hold on a red eye on Saturday. Got there. I had a layover in Chicago. And then I'm in Detroit on Sunday afternoon, early afternoon, about noon or something like that. So I was like, okay, now let me say this. I had told everyone, all of my friends and everybody, that July was my lockdown, my lock-in, that I was not traveling anywhere. I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't doing anything. But as I had shared with you all on social media that I went to LA to help a friend out. But after that, it was the lockdown until August 15th. I was doing 30 days straight, no traveling, no nothing. But then y'all saw it live last week. Myself and Tragan was on here, and I said, you know what? I have to show up. I have to be supportive and show up for my friend. So I'm gonna do it. But guess what? But I'm gonna still show up for myself, and I'm gonna do my 30 hard. So can you imagine me in the airport doing stretches and lunges and walking, through the terminals to make sure that I get my 30-minute walk, listening, reading, eating right. And it's hard to eat healthy in the airport. Now, on my way there, it was perfect. When I say it was perfect, it was fine. I got my 30-minute walk in. As a matter of fact, I walked for at least 45 minutes. I was able to get a little meditation on, journaling on, right in a corner somewhere at the airport in Chicago. And then I was able to read and listen for my 30 minutes and also on the plane as well, right? So I got to do all of my little 30, my little 30 then on Sunday. Now here comes Monday. Monday, I have an early morning flight. I make my flight from Detroit to Chicago. I get to Chicago, and there is a storm, bad weather. A 12-hour delay in Chicago. It's probably more than that, longer than that. And did I get to get all of my 30 hard? Or better yet, did I get to do it perfectly or do it? No, I couldn't. But what I did do, I was able to get my meditation and my journaling in. I was able to do that. I was able to do the 30-minute walk. I was able to do, some of the stretches and the lunges there. And I was able to get over 10,000 steps in. So that was actually my workout for that day, even though it wasn't a strenuous one, but it was. And then I was able to listen to Change Your Life, Change Your Paradigm, right? So now, this is where I start to have to check myself a little bit, because on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are my hard days. That's where I lift. That's my lifting days. And my Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays are my pool days where they're light, and Sundays are my light days. So on this Monday, I was like, okay, I wasn't able to do it hard, do my hard workout. All right, we got to figure this out. So in this moment, I'm kind of going a little because I'm not doing it the perfect 30 hard that I intended it to be. Does that make sense? And so then I had to think about, is this a conscious hard? Is this the 30 conscious hard for me? And I had to sit in it like, okay, are we going to continue to grow, or are we going to fall back? Are we going to fall back? So now I get in, I finally get home at 1 a.m. in the morning on Tuesday, 1 a.m. in the morning on Tuesday. And so mind you, I'm like, okay, I still have to show up for myself because I got to make sure that I do the workout that I didn't do yesterday that I have to do on Tuesday morning, right? 1 a.m. in the morning. I go to sleep. I wake up. My body would not allow me to get out the bed. My body completely shut down on me.
Wow.
So mentally in my mind, I'm fighting all day like, okay, I know I need to get up. I need to get up. And when I tell you I was crawling to the bathroom, this is how much my body knew that this chick is going to try to get up and try to do something. And she hasn't had ample amount of sleep. I haven't had ample amount of sleep. I haven't really been eating the way that I needed to be eating, why I'm, doing in the water in the rest. So if I'm going from Saturday at midnight all the way to Tuesday at 1 a.m. in the morning, with probably, if you can think about it, maybe 6 hours of sleep throughout the whole, what's the name? Your body is not right for it. But not only that, I'm still post-explant surgery. My body detoxing, my nervous system is overwhelmed. It's like, girl, is you tripping? So when my body was asking me to rest, I was still forcing myself to get up, because it was me falling back into that perfectionism that I had to do the 30 hard, perfect. And if I missed it, then it was something wrong. And so I'm going to tell you. So I was sitting I sat that whole Tuesday. For the rest of the Tuesday, I lay. I ain't had no choice but to lay down. I couldn't do anything. Like my baby was serving me in bed. That's how bad it was. And mentally, and I'm gonna be honest, mentally, I was like, okay, hold on. You gotta rest. You gotta look at this a different way. You have to look at this a different way. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna start back to one. This is what I said. I'm just gonna start back to one. And then I thought about it. I said, hold on. Wait a minute. What you mean you're gonna start back to one? I just did an amazing 13 days. Actually, 2 days in the airport. Like I did that shit. Like I showed up for myself for the first, 13, 14 days of this what's name. I don't know if I can go back to one again. Is that really how we're supposed to do it? And this is what I was asking myself. And so I said I had to make this choice. I had to make this choice. If this is what the lesson that I'm getting from this experience. You understand what I'm saying? Because everything that I do is intentional. Everything that I do is intentional. So when I chose to do that 30 hard, I had to ask myself, were you doing that 30 hard for someone else to see, or was you doing it for yourself? And I said, you're doing it for yourself because you want to see if you can truly show up for discipline, not for perfection. Remember, hold on, but for discipline. And then that's when I had to make a choice. I had to make a choice to either listen to my perfectionist voice that would say, well, you failed, girl. You failed at day 13, 14. It didn't happen perfectly. So you need to start over. Go back to one. Do this right. Do it right this time. So go back and do it all over again. But then the healed version of me, my conscious voice said something different. It said something. First of all, it told that other old version of me, go sit down over there in the corner. Then it said, look, girl, do you understand what you did? Do you understand that you did 13, 14 days of work? The real work. It's the starting. That's progress. That counts. So don't erase it. Don't erase it. Hold on. But then when I thought about it, when I posted, I ain't gonna, I'm a praise myself on this one. I had on this white dress this weekend for the premiere, and my body was looking. So you saw the work that I did. You know what I'm saying? So that was like, wow, yeah. So I don't want to erase that. And it's like, do you want to erase those first 13, 14 days? And I said, no, I don't. No, I don't. I want to repeat it. And what I mean is, I'm going to repeat day 14 and I'm going to keep it moving forward. I'm going to keep it moving forward. And here's why that matters. Let me tell you why it matters. Because I cannot ignore all of the work that I have done already. I just couldn't, because an unforeseen situation happened. Because I got stuck, the weather, life happens, travel delays, my body shut down. We have no control over none of those things. So why would I erase that and go back to one when I've learned things all along for those very first 14 days? So my progress doesn't disappear, right?
Not at all.
Right. So I choose to repeat day 14. Now I honored the first 13 days and then I keep it moving forward. And to not restart at day 1. Because for me, restarting will have said to me, those 13 days don't count. So you got to start over. You did not do it right. But me continuing, it says that those 13 days are real. I want you to honor them. I want you to get up where you fail and you keep going. And you keep going. Right? So Mike, do you see the difference in that?
Yes, I do. I see it loud and clear, but And it comes back to when you started the show about that perfectionism
Mhm.
getting in the way. You almost telling yourself that, since that 13th, that 14th day was messed up, was that the 13th, and no, that's the perfectionist in you. That's because every day got how you started. Every day got to be the same. Every day got to be
Right.
the same.
Right.
And you found out every day wasn't the same, but that
Mm-mm.
don't take anything away from the days that you did.
Right.
Nothing
Right.
at all.
Exactly. There was something else that I was thinking too. Like, sitting at my altar this morning, I was like, I don't do everything the same every day.
Right.
I don't do everything the same every day because it might be different. You know how we strive on being repetitive with things because that's how we learn things in a repeat type of way, but continue to keep doing it. You know, but also that what it does is for me is more of a brainwash thing to where I want to be able to make a choice. That I want to make a solid choice on how I'm going to do my 30 day. Does that make sense? Or how I'm going to do my day, period.
Right.
And so that choice, it becomes a part of my discipline. This is a discipline that I did. So even though I was able to, my body shut down on me, I had to honor that. And that's a part of my discipline. That's a part of listening to my body and understanding what my body is telling me. And it's telling me, okay, you got to rest today. You got to shut it down. And then when I really think about it, like, wow, I have not rested. In the 14 days, every day was a workout. Every day was a workout.
Right.
So even on days that I was supposed to have a light or rest day, I was not resting. I was still working out.
Mm-hmm.
So not only that was a shock to my body and my system, it was like, whoa, because I was trying to do it in a perfect way. But my body had to tell me, no, your 30 hard is different. It's not like what you think it should be. We've grown from that. We've grown from that, and you have to honor the journey that you're on. Because not only is this a lesson for you, but this is a lesson for other people too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I have been sharing my journey via on social media. And I've been missing some days, but I still was recording the days that I've done it. But then there was also this inspiring videos that I have been watching this past weekend as well. And it's also helped me to make that choice that night. I saw something that truly validated me. And it was about a man who had walked from, I believe it's from Philly. It's from Philly to Los Angeles. He walked from Philly to Los Angeles. And he was doing that. He did it to raise money for children back in Philly to build a school. And so it took him 128 days, but his goal was to do it in 100 days, but he did it in 128 days. Now you ask, why did it take him 128 days to walk? Because while this young man was walking, he was hit by a car. He was hit, right? He was hit by a car. And all of this was he was doing a live stream through the whole thing. And so when he was hit by the car, instead of him, he didn't go back to one, right? He continued with the walking. He didn't go back home. He spent his time in the hospital where he got, and then got back on the road and got the walking. He did not stop. He did not restart his journey and go back to Philadelphia. He kept going. And so when I looked at that, I said, wow, he got up, bruised and all, brushed himself off, and kept going. My body just shut down on me for the day, but this man got hit by a whole car.
Right.
And I believe he just finished on Monday. 128 days. A car hit him, and he was still moving forward. And when I saw that story, I was like, okay, thank you. Because I don't even know how he came up on my feed. And that's what I needed to validate exactly what I have been feeling, thinking. And the thing is, it's not about perfection. It's not about never getting knocked down. It's about continuing from where you fell or where you are. And that man is showing the world what real discipline looks like. Looks like not motivation, not inspiration porn, but resilience. But resilience. He got knocked down. He got right back up and he kept it going. Now, to me, that's what that sexy look like. You understand? That is what that sexy look like. Because even though things might not turn out the way that you think it should at that moment, at that time, because you think it's like that, then you want to stop and not move forward. But then this is where, no, I'm good. Let me honor this today, but I get back to it tomorrow. Don't start over. Keep going. Keep going. So when we talk about redefining what discipline is, this is what I know, is that real discipline is not perfection. It's not restarting when life happens. It's not erasing your progress. It's not punishment. It's not a rigidity, type of scheduling. It's nothing like that. But real discipline is continuing, listen to me, y'all, continuing from where you fail or where you stop, continuing from there, honoring the work that you've done, consciousness, resilience, and just getting up, brushing yourself off and moving forward. And moving forward. And here's the thing about perfectionism. It doesn't just show up as I have to be perfect. It don't. That's when, hold on. Remember in the beginning of the show when I was saying how I said I was a recovering perfectionist. But then I started this 30 hard to help me with discipline. And in the process of me doing my 30 hard, I felt myself slipping back into being perfect in that 30 hard, where in turn became an excuse for me to be perfect. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
And so as I mentioned before, it brought me back into that paradigm that I've left years ago. But I'm so happy that I saw it. I was aware of it and like, okay, hold on. No, hold on. Because we don't have to be perfect. We got rid of that. What we have to do is we still have to show up for self, but we have to show up self in a different way, in a better healed way. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So if I failed in this, which I didn't fail, my body just shut down. It was like, hold on, I got to, instead of me starting over, I brushed myself off, got up and continued. Because when you start over, that becomes the eraser of what you've done. Does that make sense, y'all? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That's saying that your work doesn't count, and it does. So let me tell y'all what real discipline says. It says life happened. I got knocked down. Now I get up where I am, and I keep going. Life happened. I got knocked down. Now I get up where I am, and I keep going. That's discipline. Like that man got hit by a car and he kept walking to LA. He didn't go back to Philly. I repeated day 14 instead of restarting over at day 1. The same principles, right? Honor where you are and continue from there. Honor where you are and continue from there. So, so Nyomi, why are you sharing this with me? Why are you sharing this with us, y'all? Y'all know because I'm always coming in. I'm allowing y'all to, and let me say, hold on. So let me say this. Things that happen in my life, especially learning things that I've learned in my life, I am so ready to share because there is a bigger picture to this healing journey. Does that make sense? And so right now, I am, as I mentioned before, I am post-explant surgery. Actually, I am less than a month off of my year anniversary of me removing my implants. And so, it takes several years for your body to detox all of the toxins that's in your body. But also, it's learning to trust my body again. So I'm gonna give y'all this real quick story, right? So now y'all heard last week when Tragan said that we had to be in all white, in all white for this thing. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't have any white. I'm in between. I'm in between sizes. Like I have not bought anything new since I removed my implants. I've got rid of a lot of my clothes that no longer fit me. My boobies ain't doing the boobies like it was before. And so I spent all of Friday and Saturday looking for something that will be, for my body, that will make me look at myself and be like in the mirror, like, damn, like turn me on. I don't care about nobody else, but I'm talking about me. And I'm gonna be very honest, I had a very, very hard time. A very hard time of finding it. And I remember telling my husband, I said, you know what? I said, I ain't never had nobody like this. I've never had a body like this before. When I had the itty bitty titties, I was skinny. I was like a size 4 or 5. So everything was like there. That ain't the case now. Now I got woman curves that has birth some things. So there, I'm curvy all over now, woman curves. So it just wasn't looking right in my eyes. There go again with that perfectionist of looking.
Right.
So in that process of all of that, I said, okay, let's get this. We're going to do this. We going to go. And I'm going to tell you this funny story. Back in the day when I back home in Chicago, even when I moved to Cali, Rainbow was my store. I can go get Rainbow outfits, some shoes, all of that, because I was like in a size 2, 3, 4. Everything fits me. Everything hung on me perfectly, right? And so my baby said, why you don't go to Rainbow? I ain't been to Rainbow in oh my God, in almost 15, 6, longer than that. Now, let's see, about 18 years. I have not been to Rainbow in 18 years. And I'm like, I ain't gonna fit them clothes. Did you see my body? I'm not gonna fit these clothes. And as soon as I went in there, I was looking around and I said, my body is not gonna fit these clothes. My body. He pulled that white dress that y'all seen on what's the name? He said, try this. Man, y'all put that dress on. I was like, body.
Bam.
Body out of this world. I'm like, oh shit. I got to go back to Rainbow. I got to go back to Rainbow. But what it taught me is that you have to enjoy the journey that you are on and stop looking for the perfect of it. Does that make sense? Sense?
Oh, yeah.
To stop looking for the perfect in it. So I was able to get a nice outfit for $19.99 was that dress. I'm not ashamed. I am not a label whore. That's one thing I'm not. I've always been a person. I made my clothes a lot too. I'm always a person that is not about the label that you wear, but it's about the person that wears it and rocks it. And so when I went and got that dress for $19.90, that was $19.99 at Rainbow, and I looked like, yes. It was fitting every curve. And then I was able to get some accessories. And I forget how amazing Rainbow is because you could get that, some shoes, all of that stuff for under $50.
That's why your man took you there.
Right. For under 50, but I totally forgot about that. I really did. And I think it's just because the lifestyle that I was living that I had started spending more money on different things. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
As well as buying, other things. And it was like I was saying, I ain't gonna be going out. I'm gonna wear my little cute little moo things, my little, goddess type of feel or whatever like that. And it was like, no, you about to go back out in this world. You about to go back in the streets.
Red carpets.
red carpets and all of those other things. And the one thing is that you used to do is you used to take something, you should expect nothing and make something out of that. So we just be doing that over again. But that I just had to share that with y'all. But that is a part of my healing in that instance. Is like, okay, it's okay to go back home in that sense. That's going back home. That's going back to my creativity. That's going back to the confidence that I had that I can wear, something that's $2, $5, $10 and rock it like it's $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so also with the 30 hard, I saw what's been transforming with my body, and it's been going good, and I'm still doing it. But but also with the 30 hard, it isn't about ignoring what my body needs. Does that make sense? It's about practicing a system that honors my healing, right? And then sometimes that looks like meditation at my altar. It means a gentle walk. Sometimes it means stretches instead of intense workouts, and just repeating a day instead of restarting. And it was also something that I was thinking about. I have vertigo, so I'm unable to drive. So I have vertigo, and there's certain things that happen that will alter my days anyway. And for the first 14 days, 13 days were great. I didn't have any of those things. So I was like, okay, I'm on the go. My body was like, nope, you got to sit down. You got to sit down. But now I understand that my 30 hard is my 30 hard, and it's not anybody else's 30 hard. Right. And my 30 hard is about discipline and not about perfectionism. You understand? So all of that had happened within the past weekend, actually is the weekend that really showed me, what it meant to understand what discipline is versus those first 13 days. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Yeah.
It does.
And the thing is to honor it, that all of it counts, that everything counts in it. That everything counts in it. All right. So what I want to ask you all, where are you restarting instead of continue? Is there something in your life right now where you are restarting instead of continuing? Where are you erasing your work? Where are you erasing the work because life happened? Where is the perfectionism showing up as a start over? Because I think that's a real form of self-sabotage. You understand what I'm saying? When you do that. And I've learned that this weekend. And hold on, when I think about the videos that I've been, doing, walking on a treadmill and stuff like that, it's been a long time since I was able to walk 30 minutes completely on a treadmill like that. Usually I'll get dizzy or I'll get too bored and I couldn't do it. And I've been doing that regularly every day. Regularly every day. So for you now, I just got a little brain fog there. So for me, making sure that I continue and not start over, it was something big for me. And I was kind of glad that I was able to sit down here and just share all of this with you all. All right. So the thing is now is that wherever you are right now in your life, and you feel like, okay, yesterday I was on a roll of doing something fell off. All right, it knocked you down. Get up, brush it off. Honor that today. Okay, I'm gonna brush it off. I'm gonna honor it today and then start over tomorrow. Or if it takes you 2 days to start over, that's fine. Get back up. Continue to move. Continue to move forward with it. All right. Continue to move forward with it. All right. All right. Do this for me, Dog Pound Mike. I see we got some people we got some of the BTG crews talking right now. If you can go over there and
okay.
Yeah.
But we hear Bruh say earlier that he was talking about the labels. He was talking about everything get made from the same place. So there's never a real difference in what you're wearing. And then he also said, and also the confidence in which one rocks their clothes more matters more than any other price tag.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for that brush. Hey, from overseas there. Overseas there. All right.
And Eddie said he fit. I guess he was talking about the starting and stopping over.
Mm-hmm.
I feel because I'm trying to learn some subjects, and when I don't start the day right, then I don't want to do anything for the day and start over to clean for the next day with good info.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's about the starting and stopping. When you have that bad day or have that one day, it's not like you fail. You just take that day and move on to the next one.
Right. Because honestly, you don't know how you gonna get up that next morning.
No,
You don't.
no.
A lot of times I have a ritual. And most of the time I do my morning rituals. I get up in the morning, I take my shower, I go to my altar, I do my prayer and meditation, I do my journaling, I do that. Then I take my my vitamins, all of that for my migraines, and stuff like that, and get my day going. But sometimes I'm not able to do that because of maybe I have to do an early morning podcast interview with someone that might get it off, just get it off, get me off a schedule. And so from that, it's learning to understand that things do happen, that everything is not perfect in that way. And it's like even when we are knocked down, celebrate those things beforehand. Celebrate those before you had gotten knocked down. That I did that. I went, okay, now we're going to take that and we're going to move forward to the next day. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Makes all the sense in the world.
Because you think about that man who walked from Philadelphia to Los Angeles that got hit by a car, and he kept walking. He kept walking. He didn't say, fly me back to Philly so I can start all over. He said, no, fix me up and I'm going to continue this walk. Let me heal as much as I can. I'm going to get up and get my car and get to walking.
Right.
So if anything that you learned from this story, I hope that you learned about the resilience. I hope you learned about what discipline really is. A lot of us get lost in what they think discipline is. We think that it's a punishment. We think, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it has to be boom, boom, boom. It's about truly getting up. When you have fallen down, it's about getting up, brushing yourself off, and continuing on where you are right now.
Something that was a great story. That was a great comparison with the guy walking. Because when I heard the story, when you telling me about it, I know you told me about it earlier, but the thing, his discipline was getting the money for the kids in school. He set himself 100 days. But the goal was getting there to the end.
His why.
Yeah, exactly.
His why.
His why took over the getting hit by the car, the 100 days. His why took over everything. And his thing was to meet that goal to help those kids. So, yeah, I guess in the end, the why means more than anything.
Yeah. And that is true. That is true. Because I want to go back to my quote that I have on my wall about don't be afraid to work hard enough to find out how great you can really be.
Exactly.
And that sits with me. Like I said, that thing been on my wall for about 7-8 years, but it hit differently this time. And it hit differently because I've done the work on self, that I'm not searching for perfectionism again. But also when that shows up, it comes and is there right here in the back. I say, oh, hold on, what's that? And I have to check myself. But the good thing is that I'm able to share with you all. So hopefully that if you resonate with it, you be like, oh, okay, that's what that is. I'm not going to start all over. I'm going to go from where I'm at now and moving forward. That means if you got to turn the page back and read that page again to get a better understanding and then keep going instead of going all the way back to the front of the page. I mean, the front of the book. Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense. Let's go back and read that one page over.
Yes, let's go back and read that one page. And if it's 2 pages, go back and read them 2 pages and be like, okay, I got it, and move forward. And move forward. All right. All right. All right, y'all. So here's what I want you all. Here's what I want y'all to know. Discipline is sexy, baby. Discipline is so sexy, but not because it's perfect, but because it's resilient. Because it's resilient. Because it continues what you've been doing. Does that make sense? Because it honors you and where you are and how you're moving and how you move from there. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
So again, I am at my 15 days. I am my 15 days of my 30 hard. And I am not perfect. Far from it. Far from it. You know, my day 13, my body was like, you know, that 14 shut down. And so I repeated day 14 again. And y'all saw me running on that treadmill and doing them arm things. And now we here at day 15. I am here. I done some pull exercises. I ate right today. I've done everything that I was needed to do, and I'm continuing. And I'm honoring those first 13, 14 days. I'm honoring it. I'm not erasing it. So I know now what it truly means of discipline. It means getting up when I've fallen and keep it moving. And that man who walked from Philly to LA, he is teaching us all, the world, that when you get knocked down, you get up where you are, where you fell, and you keep going. And you keep going. That's discipline. That's discipline. Right? That's resilience.
That's what it is.
Right? That's all of that good thing, right? And that's sexy. That's sexy. All right, my beautiful people. Well, we have come to the end of our show tonight. I hope that y'all enjoyed everything that I said. And I hope that that y'all was listening. That y'all understood it, and if you want to go deeper in it, go to, I got my Elevate Me app, Elevate Me Self-Discovery app. You can go to studio.com/Nyomi and get it. And if you need any love, sex, relationship advice, you can always email me at info@asknaomi.com as well. And so we'll be back next week. So again, I want you all to be good to one another in yourselves and always keep it sexy and have an amazing, amazing weekend. Have a good one.
Hey, it's the goddess Naomi Banks, and I hope you enjoyed that last episode of Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap. And if you did, please like, subscribe, press that notification button, as well as comment. I'll see you next week. Keep it sexy.
Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationships, cultural differences, and so much more.